G'day everyone and welcome back to the channel. In this episode of LEGO Update, we are taking a look at the T-Rex Rampage. Let's talk about it. Righto guys, this is the set that we are going to be looking at today. It is the T-Rex Rampage, set number 75936, 3,120 pieces. Now in Australia, this set did retail for $400 dues. In the US it was $250 and the UK was £220. Now, this set did recently retire, that's why we are doing an update, just to see how much it is currently worth to how much we would have paid, and see where we're currently tracking for return on investment. So let's go and have a look at the shelf life, and just see how long it was actually out for. So we can see here on Brickset that this set was released in July of 2019, and as I said, it just recently retired towards the beginning to the end of last year, which means it would have been out for about 2.5 years, give or take a month or two. So not a bad shelf life, not too long, but obviously not the shortest one. And we can see here that this set did have 6 minifigures and 5 were unique. We're just going to have a quick look at those now, because sometimes minifigs can be a main driver for why a set does do well post-retirement. So we do have Alan Grant. He is the only one that is not an exclusive, but he's worth about $8. Then we do have Dennis Nedry, which he is an exclusive, and he's worth about $17. Then we do have Ellie. She is worth about $11, $12 bucks. Ian Malcolm, he's worth about $17. And John Hammond, yeah, 29. I thought he'd be more of a dearer fig. 29, $30 he is. And Ray, he is a $25 fig. So I did tally all these up, and it comes to about $107 of value are the figs. So given what the retail price was, it's about a quarter of what the set was worth for the minifig. So not the best, but it is better than nothing. Obviously, they're worth over $100 in minifigures. So they definitely aren't the main driver for this set, but it is one of the reasons. Now let's go and have a gaze at just how this set is tracking along for value-wise, and we're going to have a look on Bricklink first. Now we can see that last 6 months, the average price has been about $445, which is $45 above retail here in Australia, obviously. And if we factor in not eBay fees, in Bricklink fees and PayPal fees, it comes to about $420. So obviously, if you paid retail, if you sold it on Bricklink, you're going to be pocketing about $20 profit. And if we go and have a look at what it's currently worth on eBay, we do have a bit of differences in prices here, as we always do with eBay. But we've got one here for $700, for $440. We scroll down, $600, $590, $600, $590. 560, 560, 600, 490. We keep going and have a look, but the more recent ones, they have started to go up in value. So I did take the average of these, added up, and it comes to about $600 Australian. And I've got written down here, after fees, it comes down to $510. And because a majority of these were free postage, after you take out postage as well, it comes to about $470. So between Bricklink at about $420 after fees and eBay at about $470 after fees, there is not that much difference between them. But I suppose you could say you could meet in the middle and say you're going to, on average, beginning about $445, $450 after fees when you do sell this set at this current time. So let's go and have a gaze at the return on investment after about 8 months, how much this set is currently worth, what the return on investment is, and how it is tracking. So as I said, if we paid retail here in Australia for $400 and we met in the middle and say we got about $450, and we can say probably about 0.7 years, we can see that the investment gain would be $50, which is a return on investment of 12.5, and it is currently tracking around the average of about 18% for the first year. Now, obviously, my goal may be different to yours, but my goal when investing with LEGO is to buy a set, and after 12 to 18 months after it does retire, for that to hit 80% to 100% return on investment, I sell that and I reinvest it, and I keep compounding and repeating the process. So every 12 to 18 months, I have doubled my initial investment. That's what my goal is. That's what I have been doing, and that's what I do plan to do. Now, I did not pick up any of these sets. I would have liked to, obviously not at retail, but right before it did retire, this set was very heavily discounted, and especially at Target here in Australia, it was half price. It was $200, and a few people I know did pick them up at $200. So if you were one of those very lucky ones that pick it up for $200, you can see that your investment gain would be $250 and your ROI would be 125%. So you obviously have already met that target of doubling your money, but that's if you got it at the very, very low price. And if you did manage to pick it up, just say at 20% off, if any other countries did discount it at 20% off, So we know that 20% off would be $320. It's currently on track to about 40% return on investment after 8 months. So again, I reckon if you did pick this setup at least 20% off, it is definitely probably more towards an 18-month to 2-year hold to double your money. And if you did pick it up at retail, you're going to be sitting on it for a good chunk of time, in my opinion anyway. Obviously it could change with releases of any new Jurassic World movies and all that jazz, but I don't think so. This is definitely a set if you invested in that. If you picked it up at retail, me personally, I'd be offloading it because it's going to be a slow grower, especially because at least here in Australia it was heavily discounted towards the end of its run, and that is going to affect the long-term investment because it was discounted and everyone did pick it up for cheaper right before it retired, and especially if you got it for that $200. But that's just my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor. Do what you wish. That's just my opinion and my views. But anyway, if you did enjoy this investment update, please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.